So if I gathered all my clients through time and I could say that there was one feeling that was the elephant in the room, it would be the feeling of feeling lonely, alone, or not belonging. And I'm quite sure if you're here, you also have felt this at some point, or still dealing with it in some way, somehow, or still trying to manifest your soul sisters or the love of your life. And I'm just saying this, it's the most common feeling and the most untouched feeling. And it's so important to deal with it because it can be keeping us from actually manifesting the dream life that we want. And it's something that I dealt with a lot, and I want to tell you today how I went through it and how I overcome that feeling and how it actually led me to finding my now partner, my now father of my child, and moving to a Greek island where I just found new friends on second day, and I didn't even expect it. Okay, and but the most important thing is how we deal with this, how we look at it. And this is where it's sometimes really, even if it's something we don't want to say out loud, sometimes it makes us even feel like, what is the point? Do I even want to be in this life? That's also where I have been at some point. Do I even want to go through this life? Even though I had so much joy in my life, I had people around me, we can still be left with this feeling. And this is the most untouched subject that we need to make more touched, because so many people are feeling this and we have to normalize it. We have to normalize this feeling because the feeling of not belonging actually makes us belong even more. That's the most important view of this. So I will take you through the emotions and how we can learn to deal with it, how we can feel belonging and feeling loved and feeling seen and feeling worthy. And I'm going to take you through a beautiful guiding at the end that can call your soul sisters in, your true love in, and feeling loved in being yourself. Okay, so let's do this together. And that's kind of one of the biggest reasons why I chose to start this YouTube channel now. It's growing slow. It's totally okay. That's also waking up these old emotions for me. So it doesn't matter. It's taking the time that it needs. This is what I know from before. I have learned, and that's part of what I want to talk to you today too. So because this emotion, dealing with this emotion, it's going to make you so freaking strong to deal with something in the future that it doesn't matter. That it doesn't matter anymore if somebody doesn't like you, if somebody don't understand you, if somebody don't like how you are shining into the world, if they don't like your light. Okay, so, and feel free to comment your experience in this, because this is truly also what I want with this, to create a community so you can feel less lonely, because the true and hard honesty, becoming you, becoming me, it is the most lonely journey of them all, but we don't need to do it alone. So let's go through that first, and then we can learn to deal with it, okay? So the feeling of not belonging, of being different, of being the weird kid, because I definitely was. Maybe you know this also. I was the weird kid, and you're so weird. And even up during the teenage years or in the 20s, and this being young, that was the most difficult time for me, because I was not like other teenagers. I didn't feel like going partying all the time, even though I did it, but I felt so awkward. I didn't know what do you actually talk about, how do you actually act, and stuff like this. And you're just a weird kid. Okay, and this is where later we can embrace this weirdness, and it's actually our gift. But you know this in your head, and this can be the difficult work, because so the belonging comes from this of comparison, right? That we have been in this life our whole lives, and we're trying to compare ourselves, and we're definitely not like others, and we're not supposed to be. So the journey of becoming more and more me, for me, it has been the most lonely journey, and I would not change it for anything. Yes, sometimes it was freaking tough, and I'm sitting on the floor today because that's when it turned around for me, when I just let myself fall on the floor and feel all of these emotions and say, I don't want this anymore. And when you come to this point where it's just enough, you don't want to feel like this anymore. You don't want to compare yourself anymore. You don't want to change yourself anymore. You don't have energy, basically. Your body is saying stop. Your body is saying stop to trying and living up to expectations, to trying and be something that you're not. And this is when, so the universe is not punishing you. The universe never punish. The universe shows a lovely mirror for you to rise in you, to feel the most loved in your life, and to feel the most abundant, and to feel the most happiest, joyful. So it's a mirror. It's a mirror that's here to help you, and it can be difficult to see when you're feeling this. So the thing is to come to this point where your body just don't want to live like this anymore. The comparison and trying to get people to like you, or to search and look for validation and confirmation in the outer world, rather than finding the validation inside of us. And I know at times that is a hard journey. But what is the alternative? It's staying stuck in a life that's not validating you, that's not validating who you truly are. So the journey of this, and sometimes, especially in the spiritual space, even when I got into the spiritual space, I still felt not belonging. I still felt so different. That is the weird thing. When you finally find woohoo people, and people who are a little bit in a different state of mind than the people we normally meet out in the world, I still, maybe you know this also, I still felt different. I still felt not belonging. And that's when we're still not secure in ourselves. So we will continue to experience this even if we meet soul aligned people. If you meet people that is going to boost you, so it means that you're not ready for it yet. So this time in between, because yes, in the spiritual realm, that's what I wanted to say, that quite many times they say you will have to clean out people in your life and remove them. And you actually, from my point of view, you don't need to. It's going to happen automatically. Not that necessarily like going to go out of your life. It's just going to slowly die, or you're not feeling up for it to see them, maybe just once in a while, or it's going to change during the time also. But there's going to be this space of no longer and not yet. And this is the golden space. This is the space of you becoming you. And this is the most important time. So no matter how lonely you're going to feel here, this is where I really recommend you to deal with that emotion. Learn to deal with yourself here and support yourself the most, and be your absolutely best friend, and maybe even search for spaces like this to not feel so alone in these times. So not exactly this space, or however, even if you're, so it's in different times of life. If you're becoming a mom, search in the mom field what is other people going through, so you know you're not going through this thing alone. Or if you have depression, or if you're building your own business, because everything you're feeling alone. So I had to go through it again when I was building business, but it's different layers. So this space is the most important time for you of becoming you. So when we can change this narrative of that I'm alone, it's just that I'm in the becoming of me. Because if you're going to attract new soul sisters, new love from this energy, it's it's where you're still not going to allow yourself to be the true you, the full you, the authentic you. So there's still a space in you that don't feel worthy of being loved for this, for everything, for the full magical you, the full explosive side of you, the full roughness of you, the chaotic you. You're worthy of being loved for all these layers, for all these colors, for everything that you are. And trust me, when I found my partner, when I finally found him, of course, I was just about to sabotage it. So it doesn't mean I was not ready, but I was definitely ready. But still, this old part can come up and have to rush through. So are you going to take the bait, or are you going to take the new road? And I'm so happy I took the new road. I might as well have sabotaged it. So back to where I fall on the floor, because I was quite happy in my life. I had an amazing job. I felt good in my body. I felt I had really leveled up my life, but still there was this feeling of not belonging, of I'm not living my full purpose. So I see that time in my life that finally I manifested, like a good job, good people around me, really nice people, but it was just missing this kind of flame. It was still missing this where I could free of my soul, because the job still had procedures. It still had me needing to go every day, and I still felt like I was not free in this. Okay, so I ended up quitting that job and quitting my house, my car, my everything, and just moved back home to my mom while I was growing my business online. I was putting my business online. And this is what I mentioned. I was on the floor in her office and my business was not working. Nothing was working. And I was just like, what is this? I am without anything good in my life. At least I have my mom and I can stay with her, right? That was a nice, beautiful thing, but I was feeling awful and I was feeling like I could not share it with her also. But she was just, she always know that I will always work it out. So this is where I let myself go deep, deep down on the floor. Sometimes, and this is just a metaphor, the floor. We need to go, let ourselves go deep down into this feeling. Because what is the feeling? What is the worst of feeling alone? I still have me. I still have the universe. We need to have this deep, deep conversation with the universe. I really had this deep conversation with the universe, and I asked, like, what is the meaning of this? What is the purpose of this? Like, is this really the life? There must be some bigger reason or something here, because why else should I be here? Is this really what it is? Like, hello, what the? And it's okay to have that conversation. For me, that was really the point of setting myself free, because this is when I rised. I rised from the floor to the freaking phoenix. I really rose within a month. So after this, I changed my whole vibe. I changed, okay, now this is what I want. I don't care if I will meet the right people anymore. I don't need anybody. Now I need to be happy for me, because always when I made choices, when I changed places of living, I always like thought, but am I going to be able to meet a man here? Am I going to be able to meet some friends here, or will I be lonely? At this point, I just completely let go. And this is the detachment we need to be in to actually attract what we truly want, to get in touch what we truly want. So I got into this. Now I don't care. I need to make myself happy now. This is what's important. I need to be happy. So I made some few touches in the business. Suddenly the clients come rolling in. I decided I'm going to go to a Greek island. I just touched one island on the map and I went. 2 weeks after that, I go one-way ticket to a Greek island because I already had a few clients tipping in. They paid for the trip and the first apartment here. I got a beautiful apartment just right down. I could see the sea right here. On the first day, I go to lunch. There's a couple of ladies sitting over here and they say, hey, what's up? You want to have lunch with us? I ended up staying on this island for 2 years. On the third day, I meet my now partner. He stand outside my balcony and say, hey, what about, because I met him the day before in somebody's balcony and we didn't really talk, but he found me interesting and he say, what about a walk? We went walking for hours and hours in the mountains. We stayed friends for a couple of months. We were not at all interested in each other because my manifestation in the man that I was imagining, he was not at all like him. So I was completely blind for it. So that allowed me to become a friend because I didn't see him in that way. And that allowed us to get to know each other on a complete different level because we didn't have this pressure of what do we see in each other now. I have to be this. Do we like each other? And all this was gone. We were directly down to. So there's a whole point of this where I'm going with this. So what happened on that floor in my mom's room was so important for my journey. So if you're here right now, or you're on your way up from it, or you're on your way down, whatever, just know you're not alone in this. There is a lot of people out here for you, and they already exist. They're also looking for you. It's not just you desperate for them, they're also looking for you. So, but you're just not aligned to yourself yet. You're not aligned to this part of you, like completely allowing everything that you are. And take me for this, take me for everything that I am, how dramatic I am, how full of passion I am, how weird I am, how full of chaos I am. Letting it all out, allowing it. And once you're here, like now, I'm just not going to give a damn. I'm just going to be this. I'm going to go out in the world like this and being this. And the people who don't like me, the people who think I'm too much, whatever. This is what's going to attract, what's going to fill you up, what's going to make your life freaking vibrate. Okay? So I promise you, this allowing yourself to fall to the bottom. I saw this picture once when I was also some years before that, when I was walking on the beach like this in the water, still keeping like you cannot touch the ground, but fighting to be on the surface, to keep breathing, and then just letting go at some point and going under the water and finding out that the bottom of the sea was not so far away, so I could go down, gather my strength, and bounce myself up. And for me, that was a beautiful metaphor, and that I needed later when I was on that floor. And for me, I don't know if you can use it, but it's a beautiful metaphor. Sometimes we need to go down here on the floor and really look at these roots, build them strong, and see that this is what you exist of. This is who you freaking are, and you need to go out in the world and just allow this fully. Even if you already have a partner now, you can still do it. Sometimes we also think we cannot, but then I have to let go of everybody. Then I have to say goodbye to all my friends or my partner. No, not always. You can still allow, people can still allow you to change. You will be surprised who is going to allow you to change. Really, sometimes we will be surprised. And we will also opposite be surprised who cannot take it. And that's okay. Just know that you're okay. Know this trusting in this route that you will be okay, because the universe is not trying to punish you. The universe is only trying to help you and to show you that better exists. So once you really try to make yourself happy and focus on whatever, if there's going to be somebody that you like you. When I went to that island, this is the funny part, it was a small village, because I didn't want to be in the populated cities where there was full of tourists everywhere. I don't know how, I just found it on Airbnb. I just liked the apartment. It was close to the beach. That's how I chose it. And I saw on the map, oh, it's far away from the airport. How am I going to get there? I don't know, but I trust it. I want to be in that apartment. I see the vibe in that apartment. And later I find out who owned that apartment also became one of my soul sisters. But so it was just, there was a vibe in this apartment. So that apartment, and she just opened these. She just started, I was the first guest in this apartment. I didn't know. So the funny thing is, I arrive in this village, and before I booked it, I was like, I'm definitely not going to meet a man here. It's full of old people. I knew that because these kind of Greek villages, there's only old people living here, right? And I'm definitely not going to find men. I'm not going to find friends. Anyway, what I need right now for my vibing, for my business, and to get it moving, I just need to go swim in delicious sea, go walking in the mountains, and go for nice lunch in between having clients. That was my life. And I was like, I don't need anything else, because that is just what's going to vibe my soul right now. So I was completely in detachment of needing anything. And when I got here, I was just enjoying every single day, buying delicious food, having a morning swim, going up in the mountains, going for a walk. It was still not summer, so it was not hot, so I could really enjoy this kind of weather. And I only say this to really show that when you're really focused on yours, happiness, you have to become egoistic. You have to become egoistic. It feels egoistic because you have always tuned into other people's needs. So you need to look at, who do you think you need to be to have good friends? Who do you think you need to be in relationships, in partnerships, in romantic relationships, or in friends relationships? I have always thought I needed to be the strong one, to carry everybody. It was subconsciously. I wasn't so conscious about it, but until my body could not take it anymore. I don't need to carry everybody. I'm allowed to be me. I'm allowed to be fully me. I'm also allowed to be needed, to be listened to. And this is what we need to accept in our whole body, first of all. So allow yourself to fall into these emotions. Allow yourself to fall deep down here. What do you truly want right now? What do you truly want? And follow it. And I know we can get confused and foggy and muddy all up here of what we truly want, but then that's because you're not allowing yourself to fall down here. And that's what I truly love to work with, because this is where we can create magic, when we allow this, when we allow ourselves this. So that leads me to, I'm going to create a guiding, because I see that the video is already getting too long here, but it needed to go through. So I will make that guiding for you for free. I'm going to link it here in the comment and in the description, okay? Because that is what you need to confirm in yourself, to allow yourself to be you and to call in those soul sisters, because trust me, they're looking for you just the same. And maybe they're looking for you in here in the comment section. So feel free to comment where you are on your journey, how this, what I say today, make you feel, or what you're going through now. It's okay. Be open for it, or go deep down into yourself of the becoming you. This is the most beautiful journey. Don't take it as a punishment. Don't take it as you're in depression. That it's up to you. I am not a therapist, you know. I just had a way of dealing it with myself. I didn't want to call it depression. Maybe it was if I asked somebody, but in dealing with it in my own way, I just knew that all along. I just knew also I didn't need to do anything to find my partner, to find my friends. I needed to look inside. There's something, because then they show up like this. You don't need to do anything. You just need to go for lunch. Like metaphor, right? You just, it's not just me. I have seen it happen to my clients also, like in the most magical ways. And this is what I love really, when we open for our own magic, because you have that magic inside. I know it. You just need to fall back into it. You need to lean back into it and let it happen. Open for it. So go ahead, take that guiding. I am here with you. I am calling you in also now here on my channel. If you feel like it, I know that the people, when it's going to happen in beautiful timing, the people who need it will come here in beautiful timing. The same as your soul sisters, the same as your partner, your love. And this is the most beautiful journey, the lonely journey of becoming you. Trust me, it really is. It's not always feeling like that, but you can make the shift like this. So let's do this guiding together. We're all here together doing it, but we're doing it for ourselves alone. Okay? Ciao.